going to quickly show you how to get the shield in Outworlds 2. This helps you resist damage and radiation, which can make getting around the game significantly easier. To start with, we want to head to the west of Fairfield. You see this big building over here? That's where we're heading to. It's going to be easier if you come out the northern end of Fairfield and then take the left. That way you should avoid most of the enemies, which is the way that I'm going to go. You'll know you're approaching the right place when you see this, and there will be a few raptidons here, so at least be somewhat prepared for a fight. I'm, of course, just going to run on through, but you should absolutely loot the area. There's plenty here to be picked up. We're going to head on inside, and then we need to wait for Inez here to open the door. Once that's done, we're going to run on in. There are a few more raptidons in here, so we need to take care of all of these. Note that you will have to beat them all, as we need to be out of combat so that we can access the terminal that's going to be up this ladder. On this platform, we need to jump across, beat the final raptidon, and then interact with the terminal, choose the overdue deliverable, and print the ARC pass. With that done, we can now leave the building, and we're going to fast travel back to Fairfield. Once we're here, you want to run your cursor along the beach, and about 2/3 of the way across, we want to place ourselves a waypoint. You can see how this mountain kind of comes across over here, and we're going to want to follow the road and then follow this edge of the mountain here until we reach this little cul-de-sac near the mountain. In terms of walking, I'm basically going to follow this road, take this right-hand turn, and then come on and loop around. Again, as we're heading towards the beach, and just so that you guys can see, we've looped around, as I said, and we are going to have a few crab-like creatures that well, you can defeat them. It's not really essential. All we actually need to do is reach the robot in the back. We can strip the mech for parts, which gives us the item that we need to be able to get the shield. Once you're happy, we are now going to head to the nearby settlement, which is this big building with walls around it, with the entrance being right here on the map. At this point, we need to talk to this guy, where we can show him the pass, and now we're allowed to head on inside. This gives you an access to a new settlement. Again, feel free to look around. There's plenty of loot you guys can pick up. But we want to head on all the way through and into this archway, where we should see the commander dude right here. Make sure you take this guy's mission. Tell him we're going to go and find Delphina. If he's not here, he'll be up in his office, just up on that balcony. So you can see the stairs. You're going up, talk to him there. Either way, the conversation's pretty much the same. But we now have the quest to go ahead and speak to Delphina, who we'll find in the workshop. So we'll go ahead and speak to Delphina, who is going to task us with gathering some radiation. So for that, we're just going to head on to the cloud that we have that's just across from where the workshop is. Step in just enough for your radiation to start rising, and you should be able to gather the radiation. Step on out of the radiation so that we can head back to the workshop, where we'll be able to hand the radiation over. Continue the conversation, where you should get the option to hand over the catalytic amplifier. Boom, there we have it. Press your LB button, and you no longer are going to take damage.